Aha. We made it. We have made it, friends. It's time. Hello, everyone. Or no one. Who knows? All right. Let's share some media. Can you hear me, Victoria? I feel like I'm teaching. Do you hear me? Are you there? Vicky? I'll never say that again. Vicky? Do you read me? Victoria?
Well, I'm definitely not on mute, so we're gonna
You
go
don't hear me? You don't hear me?
here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Jesse, you gotta like it. You see, look at me figuring all these things out now by myself.
It's
I solved
good.
my own problem.
That's really good. You're becoming an
Yeah?
audio
Do I
engineer.
do I get an yeah, I should be an engineer. Do I get an A for effort? Am I gonna get some extra credit?
Yeah. You get that's
To
an A
write me a
for
letter of
that, yeah.
recommendation maybe to like my second grade teacher?
I mean, yeah. You
Oh
get
my
credit.
God.
You get the extra credit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So I see. So hey, check it
Heck
out.
yeah.
I'm gonna start working on a new theme song for us. So hopefully by like January, we'll have something new for the year. How about it?
A new theme song, like an opening, or
Yes,
like just a theme song in general.
like a new theme song for the show,
Okay.
right? Um, I've been like hearing something in my head. But I mean, like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I know like you built our theme song
Well,
with using the.
I used free audio from YouTube, like the royalty
Mm-hmm,
free music from there, and then I just
mm-hmm.
kind of mished it together with the disclaimer, so that way
Okay.
we have the
I mean,
disclaimer.
I would want to go through it because like I kind of already have like something in my I kind of like have an idea of what I'd want it to sound like. Um I just, I gotta shop around the royalty free store. I think YouTube and Spotify has that too, you know?
Hmm. Well,
Who are you supposed to be, Jesse? Are you a techie tourist?
no, I'm not wearing a costume yet. I don't know what I'm gonna be
Oh,
yet. I still haven't solidified my costume. This is going to
I
be a
mean,
last minute Halloween uh random something.
okay, here, I've got a really corny one. Uh how are things with your friend Bonnie?
We are officially official.
Okay, you know what I think you guys should do for Halloween? You guys should be Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
I'll
Is
let
she
her.
listening? Bonnie, if you're
She might
here,
be here. Yeah,
are
she
you here?
might be listening today. I don't know if she remembers. If she probably remembered that
If
today
she,
was
li-
the
if she,
show.
as soon as she logs on, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her exactly this. So, like, I really hope she's punctual. She's beautiful. Good job, Jesse.
Oh yeah,
Like, I
she's
showed a
excited.
picture.
She's excited to
I showed
know
a
who
picture to my
won.
friend. I was like, look at this. Hey.
She wants to know who won the this contest that you
Well,
started.
to be honest with you, so far me, so far me,
So
because
far,
nobody
me.
posted, but I've gathered at least like 6 or 7 pictures.
That's okay. We can still extend it. That way, more people, if more people tune in today that want to participate, that's up to
No,
you though.
absolutely. Absolutely. We totally should, because my mom was looking for them and she's like, "Victoria, I can't find these." I said, "Maria, there's lunch on the line."
Is that your mom's name, Maria?
Yes.
Maria. Oh man.
Ave Maria, please help me.
Okay, so here's I have a homework assignment for you.
Okay.
And by homework assignment, I mean a weekly homework assignment.
I'm listening. I'm actually going to be in Orlando tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Friday.
Yeah. There's like a big old celebration going on.
Like what kind? Is it like public or is this like a private house party?
Yeah, it's going to be a public thing. I'm trying to see if other people are doing other things, but so far it's just a public event for 5 hours. I think Mike said he was going.
He's never told me about it yet. But maybe.
Well, maybe you and Bonnie want to come. It's electronic music. It's for 2 days. It's like 10 hours of music altogether. And
That's
you stay
cool.
by your car and you just dance.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing else to do. The only thing I'm doing Saturday during the day is the UCF game is on, so I have to watch that. At two.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
at two
my,
p.m.
my my friend and I were driving up tomorrow afternoon, so like we're gonna stay downtown. So, if you're close by, maybe we can all get together and
Yeah,
do something.
I'll be downtown tomorrow night eating dinner with Bonnie because she wants to take me out to dinner.
That's so cute.
She wants to have ramen. We're gonna have ramen,
For
so
the
that'll
first
be
time
nice.
together?
Yeah, I not together, yes, but I think she's had it before. She's had ramen before, but
I'll be, mm,
but still.
$13 ramen just hits so much better than the 13-cent ramen that you get at the store, right?
Oh well, yeah, it's like gourmet, like actual, you know,
Like I
actual
put some
ramen.
effort into that one.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
So
chat. Hello, chat. There's two people watching. Are we the two people, Jesse, or are there two other people watching?
to be honest, if you're on I don't know. I think I'm not one of the people since I'm viewing the chat from the control panel thing on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them might be a person. I don't know. Who is here?
Who is here?
Who gives
Please tell
that?
us. State your purpose.
Oh,
State your
so let me tell you, this is the homework assignment. It's not hard, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think. I think you can do it. And I just feel like you're going to be better at it than me.
Okay.
Because I've been doing it already, but I feel like you'll be better at it. Um,
Okay.
and if you don't want to do it, then I'll still do it because it's whatever. But the episode descriptions,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're more elegant in your words and talking. So I am assuming that it transfers to your fingers.
Yeah, totally.
So would you want to be the person to type? I mean, it doesn't have to be long. It'll just be like literally like 3 or 4 sentences
Yeah, that's totally
to
fine.
put, and that would be like the description we would put in the, uh, in the. Oops, I just clicked the wrong thing. That would be the stuff we would put in the video description on YouTube and on the podcast and on Anchor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm down to do that. That's great.
Because
Thank
like I've
you.
been
I
doing it, but I
appreciate
feel
that.
like I'm boring at it. Like I'm not good at it. And then like the
I
only thing I would.
honestly,
What?
I think you've done a very good job
Yeah, like
so
I don't know. I
far.
feel like you're better at it. So the one thing I would, the only thing I would say is like whenever you do it, like if you happen to mention my name or your name, like Jesse or Victoria, like because I
Mm-hmm.
I do it in third person. I say like Jesse and Victoria talk about this. Like I don't say like
Mm-hmm.
we. Is every time I mention a name, I put our social media in the parentheses next to our name. That way, if people want to find us, they'll be able to find us if they read the. That's the only thing I do that's specific. But everything else, like you can just say whatever you want. Sometimes
Okay.
I say it like I'll describe the episode in like a funny way,
Yeah, I've
and then
noticed.
sometimes like I'll just do like an actual. But like the episode 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I did spooky, scary skeletons talking about some spook in all capital letters. Like give it personality, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like I feel like
Yes.
you'd be good at it. So, and then I can do the rest of all the other stuff where it's like at the bottom where it has like all the links and stuff. Like I can just copy paste that. That's easy.
Okay. No problem. No problem. I got this. I
If
got you
you're
some
down,
channel
you don't
descriptions. I'll
have to
get you
do it.
4 sentences before Tuesday, and
Yeah, if you
yeah,
don't
we'll be
want to,
good.
that's fine. Then, but I mean, it's just I feel like you'd be better at it.
I got you. I got you,
Why
partner.
is my health?
Two-way street.
Yeah. All right. I already posted on everything. I posted on Twitter. I posted on Facebook. I posted on Instagram. You posted on Instagram. I reposted
Mm-hmm.
your Instagram.
I saw. I posted on my Snapchat. Yeah, I've pretty much posted on all my social media platforms.
Snapchat's the one I did not post on yet. Fine, I'll spam Snapchat. I just feel bad because I feel like I'm just sending it to everybody, and then like no one shows up. But whatever, I don't care. I don't use Snapchat, so I don't feel that bad.
Yeah, I don't really use Snapchat that much. Not anymore, at least. Um, but I was actually at the pet store, and I want to say this out loud. I was at the pet store earlier today,
Uh
and
huh.
this guy actually said that he's like, "Dang, I don't know. I didn't know people still use Snapchat." Part of me is just like, I should really just reach across the counter and like slap you. Like, how old are you to say that?
Yeah. Snapchat. I fell off of Snapchat a while ago. I think I fell off as soon as Instagram started doing the same thing, like with the stories and stuff. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, why? I don't want to have a separate app for that. If I can have Instagram and the Snapchat stuff on Instagram without having to go in between two apps, it's like I'd rather have that. And I like
Mm-hmm.
it's more. I feel like Instagram because it's like a whole profile. It's like more interesting. I don't know. It's just
I just
more
yeah,
to more
because
to
on
do.
Snapchat, it's just a snap of a chat. Like it's supposed to like get the conversation starting. Instagram gives you the opportunity to, either leave it in the conversation forever or, it only shows itself for a few minutes.
Yeah,
I
and
think
even on
Instagram went ahead to do the TikTok thing, and I mean, it's starting to
Instagram's
monopolize
yeah,
who's going
it's
to be
Instagram starting to.
the
Well,
better app.
Facebook owns Instagram. That's another thing. Facebook's a monopoly, like already. Like
Oh yeah,
they own Snapchat. They or not Snapchat. They own uh
Instagram
Instagram. They
and
own Twitter
WhatsApp.
and Twitter. Facebook owns Twitter, so it's
I
like,
can't believe it.
and now they have all of the features of their competitors. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't
Yep.
see the reason to have Snapchat. I just don't think it's as good. I think Snapchat, like Snapchat's just ahead on the filters. That's it though.
I'll be honest with you. When I had my older iPhone, I do believe that Snapchat took better quality pictures.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I usually not import, but I'll
For
take it on my camera. I'll take the picture on my camera and then I'll just upload it, and that way the quality is good. Cause yeah, you're right. Instagram's pictures are kind of bad. They're not the best.
some of them are pretty crisp though. So, I am that's my preference. That's my preference point some days. But we'll see.
All right, I just mass uh sent out. Nice. I feel like so many people deleted me since I started doing this on
Hey, that is
Snapchat.
what it is. That's we're trying to get ourselves out there, you know.
Yeah.
Podcasters of Instagram, podcasters of Florida. I talked to my friend John, the one who does diarrhea of the mouth. He would be interested in being on our show. So, maybe we could put some content together for November, like, since it's Thanksgiving, or like things that we're thankful for, or that the year is winding down, Black Friday and what it means and things like that. Maybe we could like put something together and like do a round table with him. And I guess if he does the show with other people, we could probably have them on too, right?
Yeah. Any interviews or just guests that also do content is really important for us to start reaching out to,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they're like established, like if it's established content. Because what the heck was that? Was that you? What made that
Oh,
noise
it's
just now?
not me.
Did you
I
hear
don't
that?
know.
Did you hear that? That weird like
Uh,
shwing. Oh,
yes, I think
it was a follower. Someone just subscribed. Who just subscribed?
on
Oh my
YouTube.
god! Yeah. Who was it? I need to thank
Woo!
them. Someone just subscribed. It just showed it. I just didn't get to see who it was. Hello out there, whoever you are. Thank you.
Whoever, thank you, kind
I
stranger.
didn't get to see it because my thing was going too slow, but
Do we get to see on our channel who's subscribed to us?
it should be on the live stream. It pops up and makes a sound.
Well, I want to see who. I
Joey
want to solve.
Fresh. All right, that's who just subscribed. Joey
Hey,
Fresh. There we
it
go.
me. It me. What's up? What's up,
There we
Mr.
go.
Desi? How you doing?
Joey Fresh. That's who subscribed. Okay, now that we I feel better now that I caught the name. It should be showing me
Yes.
the subscriber on Streamlabs. I don't know why it's not. So that's a little disappointing, but whatever.
Hey, we're learning. Technology is learning.
No, because I definitely have done it. Like, it's happened. I've obviously done it before, like, but for some reason it just won't show me. So, that's okay though, because if I test it, let me see. Yeah, see, do you hear the sound again?
Yes.
Yeah, see that time? All right. But anyway,
Let go.
I'm gonna make that
Let
bigger.
go.
That needs to be bigger. I want people to know that we know that they subscribe, and I'm gonna make it big. Let's make it real big.
IceT and the Hippogriff are no longer streaming on Twitch. We've been streaming on YouTube for what, like 4 weeks now, Jesse? It's been about a month and a half that we've been using YouTube, and I think it's been pretty successful overall.
Yeah, YouTube's just easier access for everyone. That's all, and I
Absolutely.
think it's just a smarter move. Let's test this
Yeah.
one.
So like on Twitch, you have to pay for the subscription and you have to make an account. On YouTube, you don't necessarily have to have an account to tune in. You just kind of have to be able to search.
Is that font too? That font is way too small. I need to fix that. Why is the font too small?
That's a dope zombie.
Hold on. Let's make the font bigger. Wait, why is that so big, but the subscriber one is so small? I'm confused. That's why. Let's try this one. Let's get rid of that. Subscribe. There we go. I bet that's better. Let's see. Nope.
Hey.
Nope. That's the same. That's the same size. I'm gonna fix this before we start. Oh, I want it. Gotta
I
do it.
like it.
Is it? Yeah, font size. Did it not save? Is there a save button that I didn't see? Save? Save button? Somewhere?
We don't save things.
Done? Does that count as a save button? There we go. Now I can see. See it now? That's much better. Okay, well. Anyway. Do you have your stuff ready? Are you good?
Yes,
Do you want to just
I'm
start?
good. I'm here.
All right, let's just do it.
I'm reading. I'm here.
Now, do you have like a... I'll just ask you in the show. I'm not even going to ask now. All right, let me get the...
No problem.
I'm not even going to ask you. We'll ask during the show. That makes it more interesting. I have news stories, so... Okay.
I'm interested to hear what you... what you brought to the table, Jesse.
Yeah, just pretty simple. Not simple, but like, news stories. Let me make sure you can hear this. Let me make sure the volume's at the right place, which it's not. See, that's why I do this. This has to be at 70. Outro should be at 7. Rejoin. Let's put that at 70 just in case, but I don't know. We might not need that today, but that's all right. We'll see. And then everything else. I'm so happy I
Love
made
it. I love it.
Oh, you know what? All right. Are you
They don't
ready?
win tomorrow. I'm ready, Freddy. Let's go.
Freddy? I'm not Freddy. Who's Freddy?
Ready, Jesse?
Ready, Freddy? Wait, actually, sound test. Say something.
Say something to heartbeats and head to
Okay.
head, neck and neck.
All right, my turn. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Hello, hello. Okay, we're good. Sounds good.
Boom.
All right, here we go. Going live in 3, 2, 1.
People like to get worked up about things, and that's just not our style. So, to save you guys a call to the authorities, take a listen to this. The opinions and ideas you hear are those of the hosts, their guests, and their callers, and not those of the companies, sponsors, or advertisers for this podcast. And with that said, enjoy the show.
Just kidding. Welcome back to the newest and latest edition of IceT and the Hippogriff. My name is Jesse, and I am also known as IceT Kirby out there in the virtual, online, social media, whatever world. And I'm joined here yet again by my wonderful co-host, Miss Victoria, also known as Do the Hippogriff on her social media platforms and all that fun stuff. And today is the final episode before spooky season ends, which makes me kind of sad, actually. But yes, this is the last spooky episode that we are going to be doing for the year. But it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a great one, and it's going to be a good time. So, before we get into things, catch our recordings. Wow, I can't speak. Catch our recordings live every Thursday night around 7 o'clock p.m. here on YouTube. Today is a wonderful October 29th, 2020 on a Thursday. And yes, we are getting started on time for once at 7 o'clock p.m. But yes, you can catch us every Thursday at 7 o'clock. And you can catch the recordings, the actual podcast itself, airs on anchor.fm/IceT and the Hippogriff every following Tuesday. So Tuesday, which I believe is November 3rd, the election day.
Ooh.
Yeah, cool fact. On election day,
the VP candidate.
Yeah, this episode will be aired on that Tuesday. So I guess I'm also talking to some people in the future or in the past. It'd be in the past, right? No. I'm talking from the past. So yeah, it's in the future. I'm talking to you in the future, everyone. So if you're listening to the show and it's because it's on anchor.fm, you just did a time paradox. Anyway, you can catch.
Hope you voted.
Yeah, you can catch the episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, all the platforms, anywhere you get your podcasts, you can find us there. You can call in, you can text, you can leave a voice message on the show by dialing this number, which is 802-432-8358, and we will do our best to have your content or your information or your opinions added to the show as long as you send them. If we don't get any, then obviously we can't share them. But that's okay, because I feel like we'll get some more calls sooner, eventually, hopefully, maybe. I'm begging, please. Anyway, follow, like, and share. Share. That helps us. Please subscribe. If you're watching on the live stream right now, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will try to get more content on here other than the episodes. So, and that's something I haven't even told Victoria. Victoria, I plan on making YouTube videos on the side as a fun thing, as well as having the show on here. So that's a thing. But I haven't ironed out everything out for that yet, but that will probably be a thing. And yeah, subscribe to us, and you'll be notified. Put the little bell icon so you can see and hear when we are on, or so you don't miss anything. Victoria, before we get started today, how has your week been? How's your 4-day adventure so far?
This week has been absolutely amazing. This is my 4th day in a row of going to the gym, and like, I don't know if you've been seeing like my stories and my snaps, but like, oh my God. If I could just say, it is snack time. It is snack time in the gym, guys. Boys, girls, men, women, big, small, round,
Snack
buff.
time
Like
in
it
the
is
gym.
snack
We're talking about. I'm
time.
assuming we're talking about looks right now, right? This is
I'm talking like there are good-looking people
like
all over
some
the
some
gym.
some
Like I'm not
some.
even talking about the guys. I'm talking everybody, no
We're
matter what
talking
fitness level they
boy,
are, no
girl.
matter what they're
They.
doing. I'm just like, dang.
The thoughts are everywhere, right? Is that what I'm getting here? The thoughts, they're everywhere.
They're
Okay,
everywhere. This
yeah.
morning I had to close my eyes. It was just becoming too much. I had to be mature and close my
Boy,
eyes.
boy thoughts, girl thoughts, they thoughts, uh,
Grown-up thoughts, grown-up thoughts, so
vex,
it's
vex
been a really
thoughts.
good week. I really like the energy in the gym. Everybody's working out, everybody's, motivating each other, everybody's complimenting each other. It's been, yeah, they're everywhere. Exactly. Joey fresh facts. They're everywhere. So if you're not at the gym, if you need a friend to go to the gym with, get it going, guys. Get it going. But great week, great week. Been studying. I'm
That's
going on vacation tomorrow, so maybe we'll run into each other this weekend. That'd
yes,
be great.
Victoria.
How
Yes,
are you,
Victoria
Jesse? How's
has.
everything?
Oh, it's good. It's good. Um, as I went to the beach last weekend with the who is now girlfriend.
Oh,
Yes, we've locked it in, as they say. And we went to the beach. It was me and her, and then Mike, who was on the show a few weeks ago, and a date that he brought along with him. And it was a good time, and everyone had fun, and we were safe about it, of course, doing all of our COVID precautions, but still having a great time. And
hmm.
it was worth it. I needed a time. I needed to go out and go to the beach before the cold comes, because guess what, folks? The cold is coming. It is coming this weekend. In fact, tonight, I believe in Florida, in
Really?
Orlando, here in Orlando, it'll be a low of 60 something degrees, which is pretty good.
Wow.
We're well overdue for cold. Like, we're supposed to be cold by
Oh.
now, but global warming and all that weird stuff is happening. So El Nino, I think that's what's causing the warm weather. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something before that. Oh,
Oh, wow.
for
I
those
was
of you who are
thinking.
listening on Anchor.fm in the future on Tuesday, Victoria is wearing a Snorlax. Is it a onesie or just a costume?
It's a Snorlax costume. So this is a hood
I see.
that
Yeah.
actually my friend made it from scratch. Like
Oh wow.
she took it was like a 6XL dress,
Mm-hmm.
and here I'll stand up and I'll show you. She took it in herself. She like hemmed it, and you see like she sewed the beige piece in the middle to represent like his
Yeah,
belly,
his
and
belly.
it's a really short dress, so I'm not turning around, but it's really cute. Like
Wait, so does that mean you're wearing that somewhere, or are you just wearing it for this?
so I had it made for EDC Orlando back in 2018.
Uh huh.
And it was a success. Absolutely everybody loved it. So to
Gotcha.
be honest with you, I might bring it up to Orlando this weekend. We'll see.
Well, Orlando will have a lot of Halloween parties. I will just say that right now. There's a lot of things that I've seen on social media where people are, doing the Halloween thing. Um, it's gonna.
So
We
are you and your girlfriend thinking about going out anywhere? Have you guys talked about COVID?
no, we want to do something. I have some things that are safe, I believe, that we can
Hmm.
participate in. Because I know downtown's gonna be, it's gonna be a shit show, and I don't know if I'm about that, because that's a lot of people, and
It is.
from what I've heard on the radio, is that they are going to have people drinking on the streets. Mayor Buddy Dyer, who's our mayor, he's like really well. Everyone loves him, but he's letting people drink around downtown, not just in designated areas. Obviously, it's not just like walk wherever, but downtown you're going to be able to drink outside bars, like not just inside. That way, it's
Right.
relieving the congestion, But even then, it's like
Absolutely.
I just don't know if that is the safest place to be.
I mean, you
Right
gotta do it in all
yet.
fairness, because they open the universities back up ever so slightly, and these kids were just crowding in these fraternity houses, and they were getting sick.
Yeah, and
At
that's
least,
happened at
he's
UCF
trying
already.
to like compromise. The event that we're going to is 6 to 11 both nights. So by 11 p.m., the party's over. You can't go home. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here type situation. So, it's I'm really thankful to be mayor. Thank you very much. And you just do what you feel is safe. Go with your gut. It's never wrong. We've gone 6 months I personally have still not been tested for COVID, and I believe maybe you've been tested once or twice, but
I've
it's been
been
six
like 3
months,
or
and
4
if
times
you've
at this
gone
point.
this long, keeping yourself healthy with alcohol and orange juice, you go right ahead and you keep doing that, okay?
No, I've been doing everything pretty safe. So I know I'm like I've said this before and I'll say it again. I have a higher chance of probably getting this thing from my job before anything I've done in terms of recreation. You know what I mean? Like I know for a fact that what
Absolutely.
I've been doing recreationally is safer than like even my work. And like my students are very very good about the masks. Everyone's at school is pretty good about the masks, but we've had one case already. That's why I even got tested in the first place, is because one of the students had a case a few weeks ago.
Oh no. Oh
Um,
no.
Fortunately, they didn't have to, quarantine the entire school or anything. But it's like that's the first person that I know who's had it in my vicinity, since the beginning of this whole thing. So, that's why I've been very smart about it, and I'm confident in my decision making. So it's like that's why downtown for me, like that sounds like the place I would love to be. Don't get me wrong. If it was normal here, you bet your ass I'd probably be down there or at like something with a lot of people because I enjoy that social setting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this year, yeah,
No.
I don't think downtown is the place I would want to be on Halloween night. I think I would rather be at a friend's house, or somewhere where it's not very very crowded and there's still that option to distance yourself from strangers and all that stuff. So
Absolutely.
we'll see though. I
Absolutely.
don't know.
Make the best of it. What is it? My Hannah Montana. Life's what you make it. Keep it up.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so today we have to end our Halloween extravaganza, whatever you want to call it, even though we didn't really name it that. We just have a few spooky episodes. But to end our spooky episode streak, we've decided to share some spooky stories. Victoria, I believe you said you've had some short stories or a couple, like maybe a short story or two that you would like to share, and we'll get into. And then I have a small group of spooky news articles and news stories that actually happened that I will share as well. How do you want to do this? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I think we should do the spooky stories first. That way we know we can get them in and enjoy the spookiness that is these stories. And then whatever news stories we can fit into the before time is up, I'll share a few of those and we can talk about them and stuff.
Let's go for it. Some of these are true stories. I hope, to be honest with you, I didn't really like double check my sources, but some of these are true stories.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is actually from the home state of Marianna, Florida. Where else are we
Marianna,
going to start
Florida.
other than home?
Gotta love
This is
Florida.
called The Ghost of Bellamy Bridge.
Ooh, the ghost of Bellamy Bridge. Melanie or Bellany?
Bellamy.
Bellamy.
Bridge.
Bellamy. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let's see. So for a taste of true haunting love, travel over this spooky bridge in Marianna, Florida, which has several ghost legends surrounding the structure. In the 1830s, Elizabeth Jane Croom Bellamy married a local politician, Dr. Samuel Bellamy, and on their wedding night, her dress accidentally caught fire,
Oh my god.
which covered the, right, was it the
Holy-
candle? Was it the cake? Like, where were you standing,
That
girl?
was like 0 to 100 really fast. Oh, wedding day, dress on fire.
Boom.
Yikes.
Let's see. It covered the young bride in horrible burns. Initially, she survived, but eventually passed away. Elizabeth was buried along the banks of Chipola River, and it was said that her love for her husband was so strong she couldn't rest. The deceased newlywed, dressed in white, can allegedly be seen wandering the banks from the vantage point of the bridge,
Ooh.
which was built after she died. And it's said that she appears on fire, either walking through the swamps or diving straight into the river as if to douse out the flames.
Oh my gosh. First of all, could have sworn you just said Chipotle River, and that got me excited. Number two, yeah, that's a sad way to go. It's your happiest day of your life, and then you get burns and then die from it. Oh, is this? Can I have a weird? Here's a weird question. Right? Here's a weird question.
What's your question?
What would it be strange that if I were madly in love with somebody and then I died before I got to marry them and I haunted them, would you want to be haunted by the person that loved you that much?
Okay,
That's a deep question, right?
so
Would that actually make you happy,
okay,
or would
so
that
you know
be like?
the only reason I'm gonna say no is because if we can all just think about that Black Mirror episode where the guy and the girl were madly in love and then some terrible freak accident occurred and she died, and the guy was approached by a stranger with, we could put her memory in something else and you could essentially, keep her around forever. And eventually, what did he do? He like put her in her he put her in his mind or something like that, and it just
Okay,
got really weird. And the way he like ultimately, detached himself from her is what like stuck with me. So I'm
okay.
gonna go with no. I think love is a really beautiful thing, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, like if you're just not there, you know, like what do you expect to happen? But this chick is crazy. Like she's roaming around a spot that was built after she died.
Okay,
This is a
but
crazy lady.
well, it's not how she She was sounds innocent to me. Sounds like just an unfortunate thing. But
It was a
like,
terrible situation.
yeah, but it doesn't sound like she. See, if she was crazy before she died, like she had like some red flags, and then she started staying around there. It's like, all right, maybe she is that like restless spirit that needs to like be exercised and whatever. But it's like this just sounds like some innocent woman who was getting married and then she just happened to be in the worst situation ever and catch on fire, burn to death, and then now she's probably, I would assume, if she was like, how there's like different kinds of ghosts, right? There's like the ghosts that are like evil and malevolent. Then there's like the ghosts that are just like sad. Like she's probably one of the sad ghosts that just can't leave because she's so sad about it. And then there's like
Probably.
and then there's Casper, who's like the only ghost that's like friendly and actually wants to be your friend. But it's like, for me, it's like if I had a lover who died and then they were a ghost in my house or something, it would be a little discomforting because it all depends on the personality of the person before, right? So like if it was a girlfriend,
Absolutely.
like I mentioned, if she was, level-headed and had a personality that was not red flags everywhere, like, because like think about it, like what if you meet someone new,
We
right?
don't
Like
know
it's like
this girl.
years pass.
Maybe what if she had red flags? Jesse, the story says she did not go to this bridge. This bridge was built after she died. So that means this chick is walking around like looking for her man, and then she stations herself at this bridge that didn't show
Well,
up until after she
but
died.
that sounds like a dog that
This
doesn't know better.
screams red flags.
Like, okay, but that's the weird thing. That was like, if a ghost is a person who's dead, right? It doesn't mean they don't lose their personality, right? They just become a ghost, I would assume.
Correct.
It's like it's like okay,
Correct.
there's like the episode of Futurama where the dog, like Fry has a dog. You know who Futurama is, right? You know what the show is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know Fry, the main character. So like
Yeah.
before he was sent into the future, he had a dog that he took in, right? And it was like his dog that he would, and when he got taken to the future, whatever, when he got transported to the future, the dog like was waiting for him at the restaurant that he would always meet the dog in front of, but he never came back because he was in the future now. And so this dog laid down and sat down in front of the restaurant until it died. But that's because it's a dog, and a dog doesn't know better. Like, it's a
I
dog.
can't do this.
You know what I'm saying? But a person, like, if you're that girl and you're just going to the bridge because you're expecting this guy to come back, even though it's years later, it's like, okay, dude, like, obviously there's something wrong with you if you're coming back to this bridge. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
wow, I'm, like, really going ham on this. But anyway, I wouldn't want a person to haunt, not, I don't want to say haunt me, but I don't know if I would want a deceased partner to be around as a ghost much, because I'm afraid like they would end up haunting me in a bad way, because then they'd be jealous that I met someone new. And like, what if I bring someone new, not that that's gonna happen, but what if I bring someone new into like into like my home, and I know my ex-girlfriend or my ex-wife or whoever it might be, my ex-partner, is just hanging around as a ghost, and they're like, who the heck's this girl, or who the hell is this
Yeah,
woman?
you see,
Oh,
like,
and then
as
she
if
starts
women-
moving shit.
As if we need any more ammunition to be crazy. Like, for real.
And then they start moving things around your room, and you're like, oh God, and you get scared, and she's like, what was that? And then you're like, sorry, it's my ex-wife who died 10 years ago, like, oh my God. And then she's like, I can't come back. And then you're single forever because no one's going to be your girlfriend if you're haunted by your ex partner. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Territory.
Oh my goodness.
Territory.
So
I
that would
saw a
not be good.
meme not too long ago where it said that it was posted by a friend of mine. She said, "If my man dies, we're cremating him." It's like, what is it? If my man dies, we're gonna fuck a funeral. We're cremating him. No bitch is gonna be visiting you in the cemetery. Gonna be sitting on my shelf waiting with me. Like,
Yeah, well.
It's it's funny. My mom told me once the scariest thing I think I've ever been told in my life was the time my mom said to me, she said, "Victoria, if you ever buy a dog, if I shop instead of adopt a dog," she said that she promises to haunt me every time I have sex for the rest of my life.
What? Because she doesn't want you to buy a dog. She wants
She
you
would
to
rather me
adopt.
save a dog than,
Right.
spend like $5,000 buying one.
Yeah.
But listen,
That's
I'll
dark.
take the trade. That's okay.
That's pretty dark. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness.
I mean, look, that's
My God.
why she's my best friend. I mean, who's gonna tell it to me better?
True. No, you're right. I agree. Yeah. Oh, before we hear if you have another story, before we hear your next story, I do have a question. Do you have any stories personally? Like, do you have any like creepy moments that you've had yourself, like personally? I can't really think of any that are like sticking out. Okay, that's not true. I have one story that really doesn't have much to it that I feel like is a creepy thing that happened to me. But other than that, I can't think of too many creepy personal experiences. Do you have any personal experiences that pop out to you? Because I know people who are like, "Oh, I've seen a ghost and I was in the window," and it's like there's people that have told me stories like that, and I'm like, "Damn, I want to see a ghost."
I mean, I've heard of things like that too. I've heard stories of people messing with Ouija boards. That's not really my style.
Oh, I'm not. I
Um,
am not brave enough to do that, to be honest. No
No,
way.
no, no, brave enough to jump out of a plane, but not mess with the dead. To be honest with you, no, I don't think I've ever spooky, scary stories. I mean, I've gotten lost on the road a couple times, but that's really it.
But that's like scared, like, oh God, like I don't know where to. I mean, like spooky, scary. You know what I mean.
Like
You know what I mean.
spooky, scary. I
Like,
really don't think I can say. I think like I mean like my car's been broken into a couple times, so I guess like that's really been scary, but like no one
But I
no one
mean,
has ever
like,
really like followed me. No one's ever
oh,
really like touched me or made me feel like I was about to get kidnapped or something.
okay. Well, I'll share one story and then we'll go into your next one. But
Go for it.
the one thing I remember that was crazy, and I'm sure any one of my friends, if they're listening to this right now, that lived in Coral Springs, Florida. I used to live down in South Florida in Coral Springs. They'll attest to this because I had a whole group of friends with me when we saw this.
Oh geez.
In Coral Springs, there was a park, and there still is a park, I believe, that is called Three Hills Park, and it's basically just three big hills in the middle of Coral Springs that are, I think they're man-made hills too, but they're big, they're really tall. That's like the tallest hill for like miles and miles, and I remember if you go to like the center of these three hills, like there's like the three hills,
Hmm.
but in the middle of the hills there's like a dip. It's like a little valley, and in the valley there is a little wooded, like kind of like wooded forested area. And it's not big at all. It's very small, but it's big enough to be interesting. That's where I remember people used to like play paintball in there because it has like a lot of trees and you can kind of like hide behind stuff. And we went. I don't remember if it was during the day. I think it was at night that we did this. And we used to go there to play manhunt. Like team.
Really?
Team on team manhunt. And I remember like we would hide in the wooded area because there's a lot of trees and bushes to hide in. But one of the times that we went in there, we had flashlights and stuff, and we
Hmm.
went to the little forested thing in the middle, and there was like, I don't know if it was like a pentagram, I don't know if it was like just a circle or whatever, but there was
Don't
markings
say
on the ground.
that.
I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I'm
Don't
not making
say
this up.
that.
There was like stuff on the ground. There was like a few like wooden crates, or it looked like almost like maybe like pallets, wooden pallets for like shipping stuff. like kind of bent, kind of stacked up. There were the scariest part was that there were candles. There were candles like
Oh.
I don't remember if they were lit or not. I don't think they were lit, but there were candles, but they were lit because you could tell from like the wax being slightly melted and stuff. And they were red. I'm not kidding. They were red candles, and they were just all set up right in the middle there. And we're like, all right, some weird shit's going on here. Like we didn't. No one was there. Like there was no one around. There was no one. But I was like, this
The
is
sacrificial
not.
ceremony.
This looks like some darker stuff going on here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I remember seeing that and we were in high school, I think, when that happened. So we were like, whoa, like that's kind of weird. Let's not do
You know
that
what?
again. Uh-huh.
You know what that reminded me of? Did you guys see anything after that? Did you guys like do anything with any of that stuff?
No, we didn't touch it. We kind of just looked at it with our flashlights and we're like, oh, that's weird. And then we kind of left. And it was like one of those things where we left and like we would look behind us every like couple of minutes just to be like, oh, is anyone there?
Yeah.
It was like one of those
Yeah.
kind of things. So, that's what we did.
Oh my
Anyway, your turn.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what that reminded me of actually? And it's really funny that Joey is here actually. So let's go back 10 years. We've just finished our first semester of college. It's myself, my friend Joey, our friend Sean, and I really want to say our friend Dana and the kid she was dating at the time was there. And we were all hanging out, we were celebrating and things, and we went to the beach. It was dark. Yes, it was Dana and her man at the time. I remember because we're
Okay.
walking along the beach and we're just like, look, and it's so strange. It's dark, but we can see something sitting there on the ground. So we're getting closer and closer and closer, and it's not moving. We didn't say anything. We get closer and closer and closer. It's this huge plastic bag,
Oh.
and it was closed,
Oh.
which it was awful. Like in my heart is pounding. Our friend Dana, her boyfriend, pulls
Are
out
we
a
talking
knife
like
and he
are
cuts
we
the
talking
bag
like a
open.
black? Is this like a black long bag, like body bag kind of looking thing?
It's like a trash bag. Yes, there we go, Joey. The big black trash bag. And this thing was layered. It had like 3 or 4 layers to it. And when we finally got this bag was full. Whatever this bag had, it was full and it was heavy. We get to the middle of the bag.
Uh-huh.
I kid you not. I don't know where this happened, but I kid you not. It was a bag full of sacrificed chicken.
Wait. So it's a garbage bag full of dead chickens. Wait,
Yes,
what do you
like
mean
for
sacrifice? Like,
Santeria, cult
like-
purposes.
oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry, the chat was not loading for me earlier, and I'm just reading all the comments. Go back
Oh
to
my
bed,
God.
Jessica. Throw salt in the corner. Sorry, I didn't get to see that because it wasn't loading for some reason, but now I have it. That's funny. What? What do you mean sacrifice? Like sacrificed? Like what? Do they have their beaks cut off or some weird shit? Or like what? I'm not trying to make you
so
like have
pretty
a
much-
PTSD, but whoa.
Oh my God, no way. So actually, funny, not really funny story. A few years ago, I was actually like speaking to this kid that, yeah, classic at Dania Beach. Wow, thanks, Danny. I was speaking with this kid that kind of sort of like believed in that, and like for people who do Santeria, you know, it's a religion, and they
Okay, I don't know
sacrifice
anything about
animals
this.
to
I'm
like
interested.
God in hopes that by sacrificing these other beings, that things will like come true for them. So
Okay.
this one particular person, like I remember I left the house, it was clean. I came back to the house, this person had chicken blood all over their face. There was chicken blood all over the floor.
Oh,
The
jeez.
feathers
And you
were
knew this
everywhere.
person?
So I don't know what happened at this beach. I just remember there was a bag full of dead chickens. And when we were coming home, I remember there was a car that was a car accident, and it was like in the bushes of the underpass on 95. So like it just really freaked me out. I was like, this is too much happening in one night, yo. I was like,
Yeah,
please.
that sounds not cool or good. I've never heard of the Santeria thing, so this is actually news to me, believe it or not.
Oh,
I just think of the
really?
song by I think it's Santeria.
Yeah, no,
by,
that's okay. That's no. Keep going. I think you said you had a couple of news stories you wanted to share with us. I've got some stories, but why don't you share a couple of news stories with us?
Okay, fine. I'll share. I'll share a couple. We got some time here. So, these are top. These are 10 terrifying but true horror stories reported in the news, and that's why it's exciting to me because it's reported in the news. This is not something that you just someone posted it on. This is like they put this was on TV. This was news reported, and I'm gonna start with this one right here. This is the Axe Murder House. The Axe Murder House. And I will this is what we've got. So the Villisca, I can't speak. The Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa, is a well-known tourist attraction for ghost hunters and horror lovers alike. The site of a gruesome, unsolved 1912 murder in which 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by the axe of an unknown perpetrator. And it was purchased in 1994. And restored to its 1912 condition. So this house that this all happened in, they actually bought it and restored it back to what it was in 1912, which it's like, what on earth? So I'm assuming this house was renovated and stuff because, it's an old house. And then whoever bought it was like, you know what? Let's make it look like it was in 1912. Like that's creepy. But anyway, it costs $428 a night to stay at the old haunted house, where visitors always report strange paranormal experiences, such as visions of a man with an axe roaming the halls or the faint screams of children. Oh, that scared me. Sorry. We got a
Is that another subscriber?
Thank you for Jomi subscribe. Thank you, Jomi. Jomi was one of our followers on Twitch, and now he's here on YouTube. Hi, Jomi. How you doing, Jomi?
Jomi!
Yeah, Jomi's here. So it costs $428 to stay at this house that's haunted, and visitors, like I said, they think they see a man with an axe roaming the halls, or they hear screams of children. But, and here's where the story comes in. In November of 2014, the haunting took a darker turn. Robert Stephen Larson, Jr., 37, of Wisconsin, was on a regular recreational paranormal visit with his friends when true horror struck.
Oh boy.
And quote, this is Pervice, quote, his companions found, hold on. Okay, here we go. His companions found him stabbed in the chest, an apparently self-inflicted wound. They called his friends called 911, and Larson was brought to a nearby hospital before being helicoptered to a medical center in Omaha. Okay. The Montgomery Sheriff's Office said Larson suffered the self-inflicted injury at about 12:45 a.m., which is around the same time of the axe murders in 1912. Larson recovered from his injuries, but has never spoken publicly about what occurred that day. For Martha Lynn, the owner of the home, the incident was very upsetting. And quote, this is what she said, quote, it's publicity, but it's not exactly the publicity you desire to have. I don't want people thinking that when they come to the house, the axe murder house, that something's going to happen to them, or that something's going to make them do something like that. The house remains open for tourist visits and overnight stays even today. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So, basically, the axe murder house obviously is this axe murder house that happened in 1912. But for some reason, this Robert Larson, he just tried to stab himself for whatever reason. No one knows why, and he obviously has not spoken publicly about it, so we don't know why he did that. And I'm assuming, something weird might have been happening that night that he stayed on November 14, 2014. So there's that. Questions, comments, concerns?
It just sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. For $428, no thank you. Would you, Jesse, if somebody paid you to stay in a house like that, would you consider spending the weekend there?
Okay, I don't know about maybe a night. I don't think I could do the weekend. I am a little superstitious about that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird,
Me too.
And I'd be the guy.
I believe it is
what?
a frequency thing.
No, I would, yeah, and I would be the guy. Unfortunately, I would be the guy to like, even if I was paid to stay there, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it, and like I'm gonna be brave. I would be the guy who's gonna walk around and try to find stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would be me. I would be the one who's be like, all right, I'm gonna look in the bathroom. I'm gonna like see if there are there any like trap doors that like maybe. You know, like I would be that person to like kind of look around and see like what kind of
the
weird
hash is slinging hasher here.
like I would be that, and I feel like that would get me into trouble or it would put me in danger, and I don't think I would want to deal with that. So, yeah. My mom says you have to sign a 40-page waiver to stay there. No, Mom, this is not the. You're confusing this with the haunted house that they like basically torture you. You know what I'm talking about? That every
What
year
is
there's
that?
There's basically a haunted house. I don't remember where it is. I hear about it every year, though. It's a haunted house where, like, you sign up, and these people basically physically abuse you. And like, it's like you literally sign a 40-page waiver or however many page waiver that basically releases them from responsibility of injury. But they literally, like, physically, they beat you up. They, like, tie you up and, like, call you names and curse at you and swear at you. And like I'm like, why are these people even wanting to do this? It's like people that want to be tortured, but like they don't kill you. Obviously, that'd be manslaughter. But like,
I mean, I wouldn't know what to say about that. I mean, you're
physically-
signing a waiver at that point that says, I release you from any responsibility.
It's literally torture, and it's like they'll tie you up to a wall and like hose you down in the middle of the like pitch black dark. They wear masks and they call you like scum and that you're nothing. It's like. I've watched videos on YouTube and I get uncomfortable. It's like that bad of like a situation, and it's like I don't know why. And I think it's because I know why. I think it's like you can win money. Like if you survive that torture house for like one day, it's like one day. If you survive, they give you like $25,000 or something like that. Like
okay,
you earn a lot of money.
I mean, wait, what?
But it's like I would have no interest.
25 grand is not enough. That's less than what I make in a year. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah, no way would I want that done. Like, oof. But anyway, so that I know about that one. It's like a haunted house thing experience, and it's like, oof.
I was watching this movie once. It's called Would You Rather? And, you know, like, long story short, like, they group together, like, 10 strangers. And
I think I know this
they,
one.
like, give them the choice. Like, would you rather do this or do this? And, like, the person that survives the night or wins the game, you know,
they win money.
Walked away with, like, millions of dollars.
Yeah, but isn't it, like, death-defying? It's, like, stuff that, like, it's, like life or death stuff, too, though, right? I remember seeing trailers for this, I think.
Oh, yo, it was bad. It was bad. Like towards the end of the movie, like the dude pretty much I forget exactly how this was set up, but it was the guy and the girl, and he told the guy had to like self-inflict like paper cuts, like on the corners of his eyes. Like if you see where I'm pointing at on the camera, like over here.
No.
Like where ladies do that cat thing with their eyeliner.
Oh my God.
It was bad. It was bad. Like there was this one dude
bad.
who was like alcohol free for years, and then the guy offered him like $10,000, and he like drank a whole bottle of whiskey. Like it was money really makes you do some evil things.
I can't even fathom the amount of money. I just think I could do anything like that. I just can't. Sorry. Anyway, here's another one. I'll do. No, how about you go? You go, and then I'll do the next one. I'll do the next story or the next news story after.
I really like this taking turns thing. You know, I do believe that your girlfriend can really appreciate that. Good job, girl.
I've confirmed that she's watching. She heard the wedding dress fire story, so I know she's out there. She's there somewhere.
Okay, great. So before we start, hear me out, girl. I think you guys. I know you've probably heard this more than once. I think you guys should do Bonnie and Clyde for Halloween. Think about it, especially if you're going to be wandering around downtown. Like, I think this could be great. Bonnie and Clyde, run with it.
Oh, and she made a joke. She said, "If my wedding dress catches fire, consider me the hottest bride ever." Ha ha hee hee.
Yes!
There you go.
Is she a Leo? Like, of course, a Leo would say that.
I just... I don't know my... I don't even know what month Leo is, so I can't tell you.
That's July and August.
No, she's not a Leo then.
Okay, well, anyways. Excuse me. We're moving on to the ghosts of the Crescent Hotel in
Ooh.
Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Okay.
Spend the night in the haunted Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which opened in 1886. During construction, a worker named Michael was killed, and his ghost reportedly still haunts room 218. The hotel
Crescent
came under
Hotel.
the ownership of a known medical fraud in 1937 who fancied himself a doctor. He turned the hotel
Ooh.
into Baker Cancer Hospital, claiming to have the cure for the disease. Patients who died under his care were buried right in the hotel's basement, which served as a makeshift morgue. He
Oh
was
my
arrested in
gosh.
1940, but his patients' spirits are said to still remain. Because the hotel is still open, guests often say they see apparitions and hear noises during their stays.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's it. Okay. So
That's
this
it. That's
guy,
it.
so what was he again? He was not a doctor. He is a doctor.
He was Halloween all year. He thought he was a doctor.
Oh, so he was like a pretend doctor.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was just telling people like, "Hey, I'm a doctor. I have the cure for cancer," so he could get their money. He
Wow.
would treat them. It obviously wouldn't work and they would die. So,
That's that's horrible. Jeez.
there's a lot of that happens though. There is. My mom watches a TV show. It's called Licensed to Kill, and it's legit all about like
Oh, I
medical
know that show.
malpractice or nurses that have gone and like killed their patients.
Right,
So,
right.
eh, very
The fact that
common.
there's a show about that is really that pulls my unethical strings, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't like when they make shows out of like actual horrible things and then they just use it for like they're banking off of it because people watch it, but it's like, yeah, it's not very cool to make a show about that.
It's also very psychological based. I'll be very honest with you, and that's what I've been really enjoying about TV recently.
Right.
It really forces you to think. It really forces you to put yourself in their mind and in their perspective on like why they're doing these things, or for you to better understand, how these people might have put themselves in these situations. I would say it's more psychological than it is for them, trying to make a quick buck off of it.
Okay. Okay. I could agree with that. I could see that. I mean, there's
You
some
know.
like, yeah, yeah, and I mean some people that are involved with these creepy situations or any dramatic experience that it's televised. A lot of the times they're actually involved with it, which is cool. Like, if there's a family that wants to share their story about something like that, it's like that's one thing. But if it's like, producers that are looking for a good dramatic audience pull, it's
The
like
next hot idea.
whatever. Yeah, but that's horrible though. I mean, saying that you are curing cancer and
Well,
then killing people because it's medical malpractice and
something, now that you're mentioning that and we're doing the psychology thing, American Horror Story. I don't know if you've ever really watched that.
yes,
Um,
I've watched. I did season 1, 2, 3. What was 4? Was that Freak
I
Show?
think that was right before Hotel. I've
Yeah, that
watched
was
like
Freak
three
Show.
seasons of American Horror Story, but something, the murder house that you talked about, I
Uh
mean,
huh.
that's the first season. They chronic the story of the house, and all the years and all the murders that it took place in that house.
Yeah, but
Um,
is it real stories or is it just TV?
I don't know that it's a real story, because I'll be really honest with you. I do believe Michael Ryan Murphy is that type of a director. He really attacks your psyche. When he was doing Glee and Corey Monteith passed away, everybody was fine at a certain point, and then boom, he would throw like a Corey Monteith type concept in there, and it would like kind of hurt you,
Mm-hmm.
in the head. Not that he passed away, but the fact that like he's no longer here.
Right.
So when it came down to American Horror Stories, um, particularly with this first season, I don't know how much of this is based on like true stories, but they do have a lot of concepts that are based on these types of things, like the circus, John Wayne Gacy. The thing with the hotel story that I just read to you, if you remember in American Horror Story Hotel, the Evans Peters' character, like that's was his character in the hotel. Like he was a doctor, or he
Mhm.
was somebody that worked there, and he murdered he murdered everybody. Anybody that came to stay at the hotel, he murdered them.
Right,
And it was
right,
really
no.
graphic, like how he went about doing that.
Yeah.
So, it's uncomfortable to watch these things, but the truth of the matter is a lot of these things that we're watching in that show have happened in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't think the ideas are all. I don't think all. Obviously, most of these TV shows that do have horrific storylines or horrific detail in their stories of their murders or whatever it is, probably not original. Probably things that were taken from things that actually happened. You know what I mean? Like,
No, absolutely.
yeah. So, but anyway, I'll let me lead off with this. This will be. I don't know if you have any stories after this one, but this one struck me when I was reading through these news stories, and this is the death of Elisa Lamb. The death of Elisa Lamb. And this is what it says. Elisa Lamb was last seen on January 31st of 2013 in the lobby of the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, LA. She was vacationing through the West Coast, documenting her trip on her blog, and checking in with her parents every day. On January 31st, those calls stopped. Lamb had vanished, and soon the police were involved in her parents' Wait, I didn't read that right. Soon the police were involved, and her parents arrived to help with the search. They got nothing. That February, LAPD released elevator surveillance footage of Lamb before her disappearance. And they have the video on right below the article. The footage shows Lamb behaving strangely in the elevator, appearing to talk with invisible people, peering around the corner of the door, like looking out of the elevator door, crouching in the corner, and even opening and closing the door over and over again. But what exactly is going on in this video raises more questions than answers. Theories range from psychotic episodes to demonic possession to unknown assailants just out of the camera's view. So maybe like people are out there doing something to her or teasing her or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Around that time, hotel guests started to report weird things happening with the Cecil Hotel water supply. As CNN reports, and I quote this, "The shower was awful," said Sabina Baugh, who spent 8 days there during the investigation. When you turned the tap on, the water was coming black first for 2 seconds, and then it was going back to normal. The tap water tasted horrible, said Baugh. It had a very funny and sweety and disgusting taste. It tastes very strange. I can barely describe it. But for a week, they never complained. We never thought of anything of it, she said. We just thought it was just the way the water was. Like they weren't sure how to explain it. On the morning of February 19th, a hotel employee climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tanks. That's where the authorities found the decomposing naked body of Elisa Lamb, whose personal items were found nearby. After the autopsy of her death, it was labeled accidental. NBC Los Angeles reported that at the time about the strange circumstances in the hotel's past, the tank has a metal latch, and this is what they said. LA NBC said the tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorities said access to the roof is secured with an alarm and lock. The single-room occupancy hotel was an unusual history, or the hotel has an unusual history. Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, who was found guilty of 14 slayings in the 1980s, lived on the 14th floor for several months in 1985. And international serial killer Jack Unterweger, I don't know who that is suspected of murdering 3 prostitutes during the time he lived in there, in the hotel in 1991. He killed himself in jail in 1994. In 1962, a female occupant jumped out of one of the hotel's windows, killing herself and a pedestrian on whom she landed. So,
oh my God.
Elisa Lamb, obviously the creepiest part. This hotel worker going up to the water tanks to check the water supply because of the reports of the weird taste in the water, finding her body in there decomposing. Obviously, the body had been there since at least January 31st, because that's when the calls stopped, I would assume, to her parents. Yeah.
How long did they? How long? When did they? You said February 19th. Yeah, she was there. She was there for almost 3 weeks. About 3 weeks.
Yeah, in the water, and obviously, if your body's sitting in the water for that long, it's probably going to start doing something weird. It's probably going to start.
Oh, of course.
Decomposing or.
But you know something, you
loosening
can't.
up.
You can't really factor anything out of these particular situations. I started watching a TV show called 911, starring Rob Lowe. If you all know Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I know that. I think I've heard of that show as well.
Yes. So this episode, I'm actually on episode 2 right now, and it started off really Bird Box because they're eating lunch, and of course they don't tip the delivery driver. Yes, so you, Miss Harrington, in the chat, you know what's going on. You know exactly where I'm going here. The delivery guy drops off the food. They don't tip him. It's a $2,000 bill. Make sure you tip your delivery driver and servers, guys. And
wow.
So everybody's eating the food, and suddenly the lady giving a presentation starts scratching herself, and then she legit jumps out of a window and kills herself. And then suddenly 5 or 7 people start doing things, they're stabbing themselves, they're killing themselves, they're inflicting harm on themselves. Long story short, paramedics come, do the investigation. It was mercury poisoning. The delivery driver poured mercury all over the food.
Of multiple people.
Yes. And they're like, why would you do this? He's like, I've been delivering food here for years and they've never tipped me. Now they're definitely going to remember me.
Jesus.
So when it comes to situations like this, I don't really think that we can rule anything out. Is it a supernatural occurrence? Did somebody just think they were going to do something for a quick laugh?
Yeah.
Do you really believe that there might be a higher spirit, like in Harry Potter, where they perform the, what is it? The
wow.
Cruciatus curse on you? Nope, not the Cruciatus curse.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, it escapes me. But either way, it's you can't really rule anything out. You can't. It's crazy.
Sorry, I'm so distracted. I've just heard. I've been reading up behind, the Elisa Lamb story, and there's theories she could have been killed and then dumped into the tank. They said she might have had bipolar disorder. Just
you can't rule anything out in these situations. Sincerely, you really, really can't. You're in charge of your mental health. You're in charge of your spiritual self. And, I think at the end of the day, we just want our spirits to find peace. There are such thing as friendly spirits, but for the ones that have been, negatively impacting us, let's put you to rest.
But it's just kind of creepy, Ugh.
Just be
but
safe.
Anyway, so that's it. The Hotel Cecil, and yikes. She was our age too, which is a shame. She was born in 1991, so she was kind of our age. She was a student, living, and she was born in Canada. It's sad that happened, but it is definitely kind of creepy. Apparently there were before we I think we're about an hour, so I guess it's a good time to wrap things up. But before we do, I do want to say that a lot of the early internet interest noted that there were considered to be unusual similarities between Lamb's death and the 2005 horror film Dark Water. So for some reason, there were some things that were uncannily similar to that movie and her death. So that's just an interesting take on that. But anyway, let's kick it out here. Victoria, as usual, where can everybody go and discover your social media and follow you and be, tell us again about your project that you're doing.
Right. So Victoria's Fitness Secret is a YouTube channel that I launched just a couple of weeks ago for people of any fitness level, beginning, intermediate, older, kid, grown up, disability or not, to, work out at home and get the confidence to start becoming physically active. You can find me on YouTube at Victoria's Fitness Secret, Instagram, Victoria's Fitness Secret, Twitter, Vic's Fit Secret. Right now I'm taking a little bit of a break as I study for my personal training exam, but catch me back there in a couple weeks with some new episodes. Overall, find me on Instagram at Do the Hippogriff. Find me on Facebook at Victoria Sorrentino, or just find me on the street and say hello.
Find me on the street and say hello. All right, yeah, that's okay. No, that's good. Of course, you can find us here live on YouTube every Thursday night around 7 o'clock p.m. That is when we broadcast our live show. And then we, of course, post the episode recordings and the podcast itself. Excuse me. The podcast itself up on anchor.fm/IceT in the Hippogriff. That is an app. So if you have the app, you can just find us there by searching it. And anywhere you find or listen to podcasts. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch.tv, on blah, 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 blah. Anywhere on social media. I am pretty much at IceT Kirby. That is Ice with the letter T in the middle and then Kirby. And that is where you can find me and follow all my shenanigans. I post on social media often. So please be sure to like. Please be sure to follow and share all of our social media, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to make a great show for you, and we want to expand and grow. If you guys ever want to be a part of the show, be sure to dial that number 802-432-8358. You can leave a voicemail. You can leave a text message to us. We get all of that on our devices, so be sure to do that. And Victoria, before we get out of here, do you have a quote of the day?
Do one thing every day that scares you. Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's pretty fitting for the final. Do something every day that scares you. Huh. Happy Halloween, all y'all. Please have a wonderful Halloween weekend if you're listening to us live. And if you're not live, if you're listening to us after the show is posted on Tuesday, I hope your Halloween was great and that you had a great time and stay safe with all this coronavirus happening. We will catch you next Thursday or next Tuesday. Bye-bye. Alright, we did it, guys. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. Oh, man, that was good. That was a good episode. I enjoyed that. That was fun, talking about all the creepy stuff. All right, we have Lisa. We have Joe. Hey, Joe, I know you, Joey Fresh, you've been here for a while. Thank you for listening and hanging out with us. Jessica is here. Hi, Jessica. You just caught the end of it, so I'm glad you got to listen to at least a little bit. Dan's here today. Hey, Dan. Let me know what's going on this weekend, Dan, because I'd be happy to bring myself, and Bon Bon along if you guys are doing anything for Halloween. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, where you been? We just ended.
Uh-oh.
Ashley just got here. Oh. Man. It's 90 down here in Tamarack. Man, now everyone's here, Victoria. Everyone got here late. That's okay though. You got okay. The late people. You can make up for it by sharing the link on your social media, so we can get some more subscribers.
You should.
That would help us a lot.
Share it and listen. Tune into it
share,
on Tuesday when we drop it.
Oh yeah, and or Tuesday you can listen in when we drop it on Tuesday. I'll have it edited and ready to go, for sure.
Ooh. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
I got my laugh. I'm so happy I made that.
I love
Oh
it.
man, but yeah, that was a good one. I need help. I need to help you work on the channel so you can get subscribers. I'm learning about how to do it with Victoria's. Yeah, that'd be amazing if we had like maybe it's like a job, maybe, or like a volunteer to help us organize the YouTube channel and keep things like lively. That'd be fantastic, for real. That'd be great.
She's really good. She's handy. She's trustworthy.
That would be fantastic, for sure.
All right,
But
fam.
yeah.
I can tell you I spent the whole day. I know, it's okay. It's okay. We'll talk about it. So Jesse, like I said, I'm gonna be in Orlando this weekend. Let's get together. Maybe we can get some lunch or something. And we'll plan it out.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun. That'd be great. Mike's here now too. Mike's late. Look at this. Everyone's
Yeah,
coming at
hey,
the end of the
Mike.
show. 8 o'clock. We start at 7, guys. We start at 7 usually.
You know, God forbid this was a band rehearsal, like you'd all be failing.
Oh, early is on time. On time is late. Late is unthinkable. That was our
Late
band
we
quote.
don't talk about.
Yeah, we don't talk about being.
We don't
All right,
see them again.
Victoria, I'm gonna go pee. I had fun. That was a good episode. I enjoyed that a lot. Finding those spooky
Always
stories and
It's always a good time,
yeah.
Jesse Harrington.
And
tell everyone I said hi, and I'll let you know when I'm there. Let's get together, man.
yeah, for sure. I'll let you know.
All
Peace
right,
out,
friend. I'll talk to you
Victoria.
later.
Bye. And for everyone on the live stream, thank you for coming once again. I'm going to go, I don't know, do something. I don't work tomorrow, so I can play video games. I can do something. So I'll catch you all later. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys come next week. I'll be sure to spam social media as I always do. So whatever. I will catch you on the flippity flop.